Strong, rich, beefy. These are words that can describe one of two things. Either a sugar daddy or French onion soup. I don't know about you, but personally, I think I'll choose the latter. French onion soup. This is one of my personal favorites. This is one of my why can I not talk today? This is one of my personal favorite soups of all time, mainly because of my mom, but I just gotta say something really important. As I said before, I am nominated for Best Food Video on Savor Magazine. Please click the link in the description. You can vote for me. It's totally free, requires very little effort. Scroll to the bottom, click my name and vote. And if you've already voted, you can vote again because you can vote daily until the voting closes. It's super helpful for me. I really appreciate it. So my mom is the one who introduced me to French onion soup. She'll get it with cheese and then extra cheese and then extra cheese. There is a secret to French onion soup. Really just make those onions your lover for the day. So with that said, let's make this, shall we? So just like any other classic French onion soup, we're gonna be using beef stock, but let me just tell you something here. Making your own is the GOAT, the best French onion soup, period. I roasted the bones, all that stuff. I do have a recipe for chicken stock, but you can use the same technique and just simmer it for a few hours longer for more flavor. Anyway, now that I've got the beef stock lecturing out of the way, let's go ahead and get our onions started. So you're gonna need 5 to 6 large sweet onions or Vidalia onions, sort of interchangeable. You're gonna cut both the top and the bottom off them, cut them in half, peel them, and then slice them thinly. Now when you're slicing them, you're gonna wanna slice them against its natural rings, not with its natural rings. You'll get nice moon-shaped slivers. Now once they're all thinly sliced, they should weigh out at about 3.5 pounds or 1.5 kilos. If they do not, then you might wanna cut another one because these are gonna get really, really small once they're caramelized. So I would buy a couple extra onions just in case. So I got my pothole Bessie here. Don't make fun of her because she's old. Add 3 tablespoons or 42 grams of unsalted butter plus 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of extra virgin olive oil in a 6 to 8 quart pot. Heat that over medium heat. Once the butter begins to bubble, add your onions. Season with salt and stir to coat the onions in butter and disperse the salt. Always salt at the beginning of caramelized onions to help them pull their moisture out. Huge big boy tips. And before I get any questions about the sudden band-aid on my finger, let's just say that I cut myself trying to film a TikTok video, alright? It's dumb. It's really dumb. I learned my lesson. Now to caramelize, simply cook on medium heat, stirring gently but frequently. This will take about 45 minutes, and you will have to fluctuate the heat between medium and low. You can add a small pinch of sugar to speed up the caramelization a little bit, but I usually don't. And then just keep cooking, and they will slowly turn darker and darker as you cook and stir and cook and stir. If they start to stick, add a tiny splash of water to loosen. Also, the longer that they cook, the softer they're going to become. So really start to fold them gently instead of stirring so they don't become mush towards the end. Now, once they reach this color, they're done. Now that's caramelized onion energy right there. All right, so in that same pot, or in our case, the pot that we switcherooed to, deglaze it with 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of good bourbon. Optional, but massive flavor addition. Let that boil and reduce until there's barely any bourbon left, about 2 minutes. Then add 1 1/4 cup or 295 milliliters of white wine. Bring that up to a boil over high heat and reduce by about 70%, 3 to 5 minutes. Then add 1.5 quarts or 1,400 milliliters of beef stock. Hopefully the good stuff, not judging, but also judging. Only a little bit. Season lightly with salt and bring it up to a simmer. Drop in a bundle of thyme that's been tied tightly together and simmer it for 20 to 30 minutes or until slightly reduced and slightly thickened. Optionally, but of course recommended, finish it with 3 tablespoons or 44 milliliters of dry sherry. Let it simmer just a little longer to cook off the alcohol, 1 or 2 minutes. Remove it from the heat and stir in 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of unsalted butter till fully melted and emulsified, and season to taste with salt and pepper. Okay, so the soup is done, but now we gotta assemble bowls. Now I'm gonna show you 2 ways here, but first grate about 3 ounces or 85 grams each of Gruyere and Gouda, pronounced Houda, I believe, by the way, and toss together. Now, for oven-proof bowls, first brush half-inch slices of baguette bread with olive oil and place it in an oven set to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 218 degrees Celsius until crisp but not brown, about 5 to 7 minutes. Then ladle your soup into your oven-safe bowls. Leave at least 1/4 inch of space at the top, top it with 2 slices of your toasted baguette, sprinkle generously with cheese, and place under a high broiler for 2 to 3 minutes or until melted and slightly browned.
serve and enjoy, you know? Now, the other way would be for those of you who don't have oven-proof bowls. Don't worry, I got an eye on you. Don't you worry. Now, you can do a larger piece of bread like a sourdough loaf, slice it as thick as you want, really, toast it the same way as before, then top the individual toast with lots of that cheese mixture and melt it into the broiler. Serve on top or on the side of your French onion soup. Cheesy pull, dip, slurp, and enjoy. But do you want to know what else you can dip, slurp, and enjoy? B-roll.
Alright guys, and that is it. So, French onion soup. Give it some love, slap it around a little bit, but it likes it, so it's okay. Just sip. You sip and enjoy with friends and family. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, I almost forgot. 1 second. Jesus, you can hear me running. It's like so. So I got featured in a local magazine, Edible Austin, so if you're in Austin, go and pick this issue up. It's only for September and October. I'm a little late in promoting it, whoopsie-daisy. But yeah, go check it out. I'm featured in it. It's pretty cool. It's about, what is it about? It's about my bread and stuff like that. Look, that's me. Before my weird facial hair didn't really connect there. But that's okay. That's okay. My girlfriend's Apple logo on the microwave made it in there though, so really nice job, Kate, if you're watching. Another friendly reminder, don't forget to vote for me for Savor Mag Best Food Video. I know I'm really plugging this. There's only a little bit more time left to vote, so please, let's get it out. I just wanted to say thank you guys to everyone who responded to my last video and the mochi video. All of the comments and response about me talking about doing a little bit of brand deals and sponsorships and stuff coming up. The response was just, supportive, which I am absolutely so humbled and appreciative of that response, and it just made me feel really good. I read pretty much all my comments and DMs. You know, sometimes they slip through the cracks here and there, but I really, really care about what everyone is saying, and I really care about how you guys feel, and just the feeling of having you guys want me to do well just really means the world. I'm just so incredibly grateful for this. So anyway, mushy-gushy stuff
out of the way.
I appreciate you. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.